Good Tuesday morning. This is the NorthOps Fire Weather Webcast for July 22nd, 2025. Mid-level water vapor imagery from Monday afternoon through this morning shows an upper-level trough over NorthOps. An associated shortwave trough moved through with a little bit of lightning near the Oregon border last evening. To the south of that, a mid-level frontal boundary is present from the Bay Area to the Sierras with much drier conditions to the south. Meanwhile, mid to high-level moisture is streaming over the Hawaiian Islands. True color visible satellite imagery with surface observation shows that mid-level frontal boundary with some precipitation aloft in the Sacramento area, streaming northeastward across the Sierras, mostly north of Lake Tahoe. Surface observations indicate a lower level frontal boundary may be present in the Mount Shasta area southeast into the Sierras. An extensive marine layer is present along and well inland from around the mouth of the Klamath River southward. Reduced air quality this morning is fairly localized to lower elevations in the vicinity of the Butler Fire. Despite the cloud flash indicated near the Oregon border on the satellite-derived lightning, there were no cloud-to-ground lightning strikes detected across NorthOps yesterday. Also, just a few hundredths of an inch fell from the marine layer along and near the coast, and from some light isolated showers from the Sierra foothills northeastward. There are no watches or warnings in effect across NorthOps. RH recoveries since midnight have been generally good across NorthOps, except for moderate to locally poor from the foothills of the Sierras eastward. The 6E Ensemble GFS 20,000 foot level forecast shows the upper level trough across NorthOps this morning, splitting off into a closed low off of San Francisco this afternoon into this evening. A weak inverted trough swings northwestward across NorthOps tonight through Wednesday morning. Southeast flow gradually increases Wednesday as the low drifts south before jogging mostly northward Thursday through Friday. Friday night through Saturday, the low moves through as an open wave as it gets absorbed into a trough approaching the Pacific Northwest. Broad southwest flow is then expected Sunday into Monday before the flow turns southerly Monday afternoon through next Tuesday. The GACC Wharf wind and RH forecast shows mostly light winds and high RHs this morning, except for some breezes through the Delta and across some ridges and lower RHs from the Sierra foothills eastward. RHs lower some this afternoon into the 15 to 30% range in the northern and central interior valleys, while remaining higher elsewhere. South through west winds will be breezy to locally windy mainly through and around the Sacramento River Delta and from the Cascades and Sierras north and eastward. Tonight through Wednesday morning, RHs lower some across the north, leading to somewhat drier afternoon RHs. There's also likely to be a little more wind Wednesday afternoon to evening across northeast areas. After a similar night to Tuesday's Wednesday night, RHs come up a bit Thursday with some gusty thunderstorm outflows depicted across the Northeast California and the Far East Side PSAs. The NASA Wharf simulated radar reflectivity shows scattered showers and isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms, mostly across portions of Siskiyou County and northeast of Mount Lassen today. But it should be noted that the other high-resolution models show very little to nothing in the way of thunderstorms. For Wednesday, it suggests scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms in the Sierras near Lake Tahoe and across the Modoc eastward. The EC lightning flash density forecast shows some potential today along and near the Cascades this afternoon to evening, followed by some spotty potential across the northwest, north, and eastern mountains in the afternoon to evening Wednesday. A much greater abundant lightning potential is indicated for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday afternoons to evenings, diminishing some but lingering Sunday. These thunderstorms look as if they'll be a mix of wet and dry. The NorthOps 7-day significant fire potential outlook shows some high risk for the Northwest Mountains today and across Northeast California and the far east side Wednesday due to isolated to widely scattered mixed wet and dry thunderstorms. A high risk is also forecast for Thursday when a much more abundant and widespread lightning threat develops across the northwest, north, and east with mixed wet and dry thunderstorms that are likely again each afternoon to evening through Friday and possibly into the weekend. SouthOps is forecasting low risk or less through the 7-day forecast period. In summary, mostly good RH recoveries and light winds are present this morning. RHs will trend down this afternoon with isolated to widely scattered mixed wet and dry thunderstorms across mainly Siskiyou County this afternoon and evening. A high risk is in effect for the Northwest Mountains today. Isolated to widely scattered mixed wet and dry thunderstorms are expected across Northeast California and the far east side Wednesday afternoon to evening as low pressure west of the coast continues. A high risk is in effect for Wednesday for those PSAs. A greater, more widespread, abundant lightning period is then likely across the northwest, north, and eastern mountain areas of NorthOps Thursday, Friday, and possibly into the weekend with mixed wet and dry storms. A high risk is in effect for the Northwest Mountains, Northeast California, Northern Sierras, and the Far East Side PSAs for Thursday. This concludes today's Fire Weather Webcast.